Welcome back, everyone, to Desert Valley Blitz Week 6.
Welcome.
Wrap up, man. We're
It's
already
here.
into Week 6. It's crazy how fast this is going, but hey, time flies when you're having fun,
Yeah.
right, Coach?
Yeah.
So this week we're getting into league play. We're going to have a little special segment on that, but first we're going to kind of start with the guys who played last week and the scores that we saw last week. So game of the week last week was Desert Hot Springs going up to Yucca Valley.
Yeah.
Final score on that, Yucca Valley kind of handled business there in the second half. Yucca Valley 28, Desert Hot Springs 7.
Thought it'd be a little closer, but to be expected. Yucca's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have some offensive talent. It was a close game with my research on that game.
Clyde King.
Yeah, Desert Hot Springs, and it was tied 7-7 in the second quarter. Desert Hot Springs giving them a good game. Defense was playing well. And then just Yucca has too much offensive weapons. They started getting going. Their quarterback, Aiden, Shannon, he had a great game, throwing the ball all over the place.
I like him a lot.
And then that running back, Clyde King, 135 yards
quick,
rushing, man.
He's very good, man. Don't sleep on him.
Yeah, so he had a great game. Yucca kind of just pulled away in the second half. I know it was close there. But Yucca's looking good for DVL. They got 2 more weeks, and they'll be in that league schedule.
They're ready to go.
I think them and CV are still the favorites, but hey, 29 pounds might have something to say about that. We'll talk about that coming up. So good win for Yucca at home.
Good job, guys.
Yeah. Moving on to another really good game. I think closer than we all expected. Central 35, La Quinta 29 in overtime. Coach, I know you checked this one out. What was your evaluation on this one?
Can we stop giving this Central team points? I mean, a couple weeks ago, Palm Desert goes down there, spots on 14 before they start working back. This time it's 22-0 before La Quinta starts fighting back. Central's just too good of a team for you to do that too. But hats off to La Quinta. I mean, Roman Ansley made some nice plays. He threw some really good passes and tight windows. Defensively, Coach Franco's came out. It looked like he was playing with his fronts a little bit. He came out with a new odd front that I hadn't seen yet, and then he switched to an even front. Then he went back to his old tried and true 3-3 stack, and they started handling business. They were having a little trouble with that wildcat, the tight formation.
Yeah.
It kind of bunches you in, and the running back didn't like what he saw, and he just bounced it. So it was a little contained issue. They got that adjusted, and then it was a good game, man. They battled back. It was fun. It's one of those games you hate for any team to lose.
Right.
They both played so well, and but someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. La Quinta takes the first loss.
In overtime, though. I mean, but they battled back. It was 22-0 in the second quarter, Coach.
They were in overtime. They were marching 4 or 5 yards a pop. It looked like they were going to score, and they fumbled it. And
that was it.
That's how it goes, man.
It's a one-play game. That's a tight game, and honestly, a game that La Quinta could have won.
Yep.
So they could easily be 5-0.
Yeah.
But sometimes you learn more from a loss than a win.
Yeah. Absolutely. You win or you learn. You win or you learn. So
right. So maybe that blessing in disguise. They got a tough one coming up.
I mean, you think you'd have an off week, maybe an easier opponent, but man, you got Palm Springs coming in hot, and we'll talk about that a little later, but. Whew, that's going to be tough. That's going to be a big game, man.
Roll
can't
right
wait.
into the fire and league. So we'll get to that. We're going to have a whole section on that. But La Quinta, hey, man, if you talk to people around there, I know the coach was upset that they didn't really get off the bus that first quarter, and they paid for it.
Yeah.
You go and play a good team on the road. You don't get off the bus. You dig yourself a hole, and that's something they cannot do this week because that'll be instant trouble. Yeah, that offense is not going to slow down for Palm Springs. So, but we'll get to that more. But we're all looking forward to that. So moving on the wrap up here. Valley View 21, Coachella Valley 18. So another tough, tight game for Coachella Valley. I know they were down as well. I think they were down 12-0 in the first quarter there. Then the defense started playing, and CV's known for that run and shoot offense, putting points on the board, and throwing the ball all over the place. But I guess this week, they played some defense. That running back Ivan Camaro, he ran for. He had almost 300 total yards in passing and receiving.
He's so good, man. He's a big, strong kid.
He's doing his best Aaron Ramirez
impersonation. He's doing his job.
Yeah, so he had a big game. And they came storming back, actually took the lead in the third quarter there. And then the defense had maybe been on the field a little too long and kind of gave one up there with about a minute to go. And if you talk to Coach Johnson, they didn't lose. They just ran out of time because they were moving the ball down the field. The quarterback had them moving down, but they got stopped with the clock kind of ran out on them. So they were almost in field goal position. But another tough loss for CV. One. But I think CV's, they played a tough schedule.
They did.
So they're going to be ready for league. I think Coach was in here telling us that schedule was kind of designed to put them through the fire.
And so it did.
They'll have a little rivalry game coming up this week, and then it's on to league. So CV, even though in defeat, I think they're getting their iron sharpened for that league schedule. They gotta win those last.
They're still
3.
one of the favorites. I mean,
I think them and Yucca still right there to win the DVL this year.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next one on the list. Cathedral City 34, San Gorgonio 28. Coach, I know you had a chance to check this one out. I finally
got to see Cathedral City play. I've been, I like running. I love, we run the ball at La Quinta, man. So I've been trying to see what do they run at Cat City, and I absolutely fell in love with both sides of the ball. On defense, Coach Lee, I don't know if it's Coach Lee or our defensive coordinator. It's a 4-2-5.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. It's what I would run. In coverage, they're running something a little different, but they got 3 picks, man. So who am I to say? They were just keeping their guys back and picking the ball on offense, man. They were running that retro T formation.
Wing and double tight,
right? 3 running backs in a line, man. They got everyone's got a hand in the dirt, man. I just absolutely love that. We run it a little bit at La Quinta, but man, they live and die in it at Cat City, man. And it's really it's a balanced formation. You don't know where the strength is. You can run power right, power left. You can trap with it. You can cross counter. There's just so many cool things you can run out of that formation, and I love it. It's a throwback formation. They used to run it back in the day, so I love when I see that formation. And so I did on both sides of the ball. I was just schematically, I was in love with just watching them play. I'm definitely going to check them out again. And
Coach did a good job, man.
I think the score didn't represent the game. I think they beat them up pretty good. They just had a lot of fumbles. They got to take care of that ball, and I think that's an easy game for them to win. And they get that cleaned up, man. Watch out for them in league. They might make a splash.
That's what they're all about. So, second win of the season. We had a couple standout. Javier Ganendez, 3 interceptions on the night, man. Yeah. So, the secondary.
And he was fast, too, man. He found that sideline. He was out. They couldn't catch him.
Yeah, man. He did a
great
good job. 3 turnovers in a game is a DB's dream, And then we had Trace Vargas. He ran for 3 touchdowns for Cat City.
Yeah, he's a good runner, man.
And then
I was impressed.
Eric Mendiola, another touchdown. So they got some guys at Cat City. I know that offensive line is the standout unit for that team, but they've got some skilled guys that are putting up some numbers now.
I loved watching them play, man. It was fun. They got those light blue uniforms, too. They look sharp out there.
Yeah, shout out to Cat City. Second win of the season.
Good job.
Hey, getting ready for that new league. They're gonna be a contender in that new league. So we're looking forward to checking them out.
Good job, Cat City.
Another game of Coachella Valley residents, or 29 Palms is considered the valley sometimes.
Oh yeah, well,
29 Palms at home, 38. Desert Mirage 14. So a game that we thought would be a little bit closer turned out to be.
Sounds like they found a good quarterback, man.
29 Palms is, as their coach said, they may have turned the corner. That's their 3rd win in a row.
Sometimes that is, you got to kind of. I saw the news article. The kids got to learn to win. Sometimes you expect to lose every game, and all of a sudden. It's a process. You got to expect to win and do the things that's necessary to win. And then the wins is just a byproduct of doing everything right. And it sounds like they're starting to do that.
Hey, I think they're finally bought in and figured out their roles, and they're starting to roll, man. So that's a big win. They have this quarterback, Josh Reynoso. He had a big game. He threw a couple touchdown passes. Logan Candelera, 2 touchdown catches. And then, like Coach Johnson told us from DCA, they got some linebackers that could really play.
Yeah, they always have tough kids up there.
The linebackers' names are Corey Wallace and Wyatt Granger. All had multiple tackles of over about 15 tackles each. So that's
a great game.
That's 15, a great game for each.
10 tackles is good, guys, on your on the defense. 15.
So I think Coach was not exaggerating when he said that those linebackers are giving them trouble. I think they've just found their rhythm. When you start in the first couple games, the guys are just getting.
You're moving things around. You're moving some pieces. Yeah. The kids got to learn their roles. Yeah.
29 Palms. I think they're kind of turn, like Coach said, they're turning the corner. Maybe they're gonna be ready for that league too. So maybe it's not just a 2-horse race in the DVL this year. I think 29 Palms might have something to say for it.
Yeah. I like when 29 Palms is good, man.
And I think they're definitely a contender in that league now. So it's not gonna be an easy win for Yucca or.
It's looking nice. All the leagues are looking tight races, man.
Very competitive, man. That's what
whoever
we like
balance it out, maybe that's the trick, right? You got 3 different leagues here.
Exactly. It's all going to come down to execution, fellas. Execution and not turning the ball over, man. That's
who wants it more? Who wants it more?
For Desert Mirage, they scored 14 points. Omar Martinez, their nice little running back, he's having a strong season. Mm-hmm. He did finish with a touchdown, so he continues his streak. So that's Desert Mirage. There'll be better days for them. I think they probably Expected to be a little closer than the final score, but it happens. Sometimes you get on that bus and
long season. They could have injuries. We're on the outside. We don't know.
Right.
Sometimes.
But they have a big game coming up this week. They'll probably be ready for it. I know their coaching staff will get them ready. Mm-hmm. And then the final two games we're looking at for the weekend: West Valley Hemet 47, Indio 0. So Indio coming off that big win, kind of had that letdown. And you know a coach when sometimes when you get a big win, it's hard to get them going that next week. And I don't
know why that is, but as a coach, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, the kids think that they're better than they are. They want to listen, and it's like, hey, we got to play another game. You guys got to execute in this game too.
Every game is hard, man. You got to earn every game.
So Indio kind of doesn't get off the bus and goes over there and takes a nice little walloping. But, like I said, everything for Indio is about those last three games. Yeah. So they got to be preparing for that.
They just need 2, right, to get in the playoffs?
2 to get in the playoffs. So they gotta be circling those, getting close to when it really counts. So, and then finally, the final score was on the board was Duarte 34, Desert Chapel 13. I don't know much about Duarte, but I know Desert Chapel has been improving. They put some points on the board.
They always score.
It's just a matter of their defense.
Yeah.
It seems like that's a theme with them, is getting some defense going. Once they get that side built out, I think they're a couple bodies short. Maybe in the next couple of years they'll get that thing built out and then be competitive in all these games. So Desert Chapel is still looking for that first 100%. Win. But hey, go on the road, keep it close, score some points.
Get better.
They're trending in the right direction. So there'll be some brighter days ahead for them. So that's going to do it for this Week 6 wrap-up. We're going to come back and talk about a big Week 7 coming up here after a word from our sponsors. Looking to upgrade your home? Tile Designs by Fina is your one-stop destination for beautiful flooring, hard surfaces, and countertops. From timeless design, modern styles, they've got the perfect look for every room. Stop by today and transform your space with Tile Designs by Fina. Let's design together.
Got dirty carpets, tile, or furniture? Trust the Carpet and Tile Care Company, your family-run experts. We bring sparkle back to your home with top-notch cleaning services, reliable, affordable, and eco-friendly. Call us today. We can be reached at carpetcarrot.co. Phone number 760-773-5882.
Welcome back, everyone, to Desert Valley Blitz. This is going to be our Week 7 preview, Coach. Can you believe it? It's here. League is here. We're going to get to the league here shortly, but first we're kind of going to go over the last preseason games for a couple other schools. And there's some really, if last week slate was kind of slim, this week is fat,
it's popping.
This is the week, man, that we're really going to have some fun. So we're super excited. So we're going to kind of start with Thursday games. Desert Mirage is going to Coachella Valley, an old school rival here, man.
Yeah, a lot of those kids are friends, right? They grew up together. It's a big deal. I know Coachella Valley's won most of the time the last couple of years, but I wouldn't sleep on, when you get your friends playing against each other, man, sometimes you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
So
those rivalry games, you never know.
I know.
And those kids, like you said, they grew up together, probably played Pop Warner together. They know each other very well.
They're trying extra hard.
And the coaching staffs know each other very well as well. That you can't discount that. They've seen each other every year.
Yeah.
So they know exactly what they're going to do. So it's just a lot of times it comes down to just who wants it in one of those rivalry games. So that should be a good game. I think Coachella Valley, just with that offense, and they played a lot tougher schedule. They're going to be the favorite.
I mean, they have to be the favorite, but
they're at home. But
I hope it's a better game than people think. So
I think Desert Mirage got a little something though.
Yeah, the strong running game.
They found
milk that clock.
And the way to beat Coachella is you gotta
keep
run the ball.
Yeah,
you
keep the ball out of their hands.
Offense.
Yeah,
don't let that quarterback and that running back on the field. That's the way to kind of do it.
I've seen a lot of people win that way.
Stranger things have happened. So we're looking forward. It's a rivalry game. It's not in league anymore, but it's still going to be a good one. So I think that should be a great one to check out. Another really good one. Another old rivalry. Desert Hot Springs is going up to 29 Palms. So these old DVL opponents meet again. Desert Hot Springs has lost 2 in a row and 29 Palms on the 3-game winning streak.
It's like 2 teams. One's on the downtrend, one's on the uptrend. They're going to meet.
Let's see. But Desert Hot Springs is a pretty tough opponent, man. They've got talent. They just met some really big, good programs. I think Coach P will have them ready to go up there. Like another coaching staffs that know each other well. They played every year for
a long time. A lot of history between those two schools.
Right. But they got to go up to 29 Palms. So that's always a factor in these high school games. I think 29 Palms you would think would be a little bit of a favorite in that game, but I would never count out the Golden Eagles, man. They've got that scrappy team. They play really good defense. I think A lot of times, sometimes they run out. I don't think they have a really big roster, so sometimes they kind of get beat down in the second half.
Yeah, they got to work on that running game a little bit. It'll help extend the drives. I like the quarterback. He can make plays with his feet and arm. I think a good, running back there might help.
Yeah. Jalen Turner's that quarterback. Yeah. He's led them on a bunch of game-winning drives. Yeah. He's an experienced dude.
Yeah.
If he can put together something, he might have something for 29 pounds. So a very interesting game. I think we're going to learn a lot about both these teams, and then they'll be in the league after these games. So real exciting stuff.
Gonna be a good game.
Yeah, another good Thursday night game. And then lastly, on the Thursday night schedule, we got California Military Institute, which we know from they came down here to Bermuda Dunes and played Desert Christian. They're going to go to Desert Chapel this week. And I think this is a golden opportunity for Desert Chapel to get that first win.
Yeah,
I think that this is a matchup that probably favors them in terms of personnel. It might be one of the few where they have the same amount of bodies on the field, and I think that offense is going to get going. That
put
quarterback,
up a ton of points. Don't look back.
That receiver that they got is going to put up some big numbers. I think Desert Chapel gets their first win this week. We're looking forward to that one. Kind of moving on to the next one. Another real interesting game here, Coach. Cathedral City is going to Indio, old DVL rivals. I mean, these guys have played every year for the past probably 25 years.
Yeah.
They were always on our schedule back in the day. That's an old rival. Cat City's 2-3, Indio's 1-4.
I don't know who's gonna win this, Coach.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's gonna be a good one.
I just watched Cat City play, man. They're moving in the right direction, man. That running game's tough to stop. They got two big kids that are good at running the ball. But Indio, man, they got some guys too. So
yeah, Indio's looking to kind of get back on track after last week. Cat City, man, they've seemed to have found an identity though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they run the ball, man.
When you run the ball, it kind of sets everything else up, man. They didn't even pass last week. They didn't have to.
Attempted 0 passes.
Yeah,
last
but
week.
I'm sure power passes in once I'm sure that's in. So you get suckered in, and then you hit the fullback in the flats. He's gone. So
maybe they're saving it for this week, huh?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a real interesting matchup. These guys. Another thing, coaches' staffs know each other very well. Mm-hmm. They're used to preparing for each other. So it'll be. I think that's a coin flip. I think, that's a coin flip game. I think if it was at Cat City probably be the favorite.
I think at the beginning of the season, I would probably favor Indio, but after watching Cat City play last week, I'm like, I don't know. It's going to be a good game, man.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. Those Cat City kids play hard. Coach Lee's got them going. Indio's looking to bounce back.
Yeah.
It'll be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Moving on to another Friday night schedule. Banning is going to Yucca Valley. So Banning I did some research on Banning. They're 2-3, but they played really good teams. So they've got some guys. They've got some offensive weapons. They've got some offensive weapons over there. They've played really high level teams. This is gonna be a tough test for Yucca Valley at home. I think Banning might come in there and give them. It's another instance where they were in the same league last year, mm-hmm. and the coaching staffs are going to know each other well. So, a tough test for Yucca coming.
I heard Banning's got a pretty good quarterback.
They've got some offensive weapons.
I haven't got to see him yet,
Yeah, they've got some offensive weapons. They've got some guys. And Banning usually had, even when Banning was down, they usually had.
I remember they had good running backs, man.
One or two guys really that could kill you.
Yeah.
It's just if they never could get it blocked up or something would go wrong. But if they ever got if they ever had any consistency in their offensive line, they would be a lot better than.
I'm glad they're coming down here and playing our schools.
Yeah, and they're coming. They used to be in the same league last year, so we'll see. It'll be an interesting game. Kind of sticks on the theme of Valley teams playing Valley teams, kind of for the next year coming up when we enter that Super League. Mm-hmm. So another interesting one. And then lastly, the one we're going to preview in this segment, Newbridge Academy is going to Desert Christian Academy. So this will be. Desert Christian kind of been rolling. They've been playing some smaller schools. Newbridge is, I think, similar in size to them. Mm-hmm. And you saw some research on who they played, right?
Yeah, they actually play some real good schools. They lost, but at least their opponents are worthy opponents. They're playing some good schools. So hopefully it's a better test for Desert Christian Academy, but I'd still favor them to win, of course. But
and that offense, man.
You want to play a good game. You don't want to be 50-0 at halftime.
Yeah, and that doesn't do anybody any good anyway. At some point, that becomes detrimental when you get into the playoffs and have your first real test. You don't want your first real test in the playoffs, right? Because kids are not used to being in a close game, and you don't want that. So Newbridge, I think, is going to give them a better look. Desert Christian probably is on their way to 6-0.
Yeah.
But they will get a little bit more of a test this week.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what we're thinking. So, it should be interesting. That game's out in Bermuda Dunes on Friday night. So we're going to come back after this short break, and we're going to get into the big boys. Coach, DEL League starts this week. Super excited.
Fireworks.
And, man, the schedulers, man, they didn't waste no time with this, man, because we're right into the meat. There's going to be some very, very consequential games on Friday night.
Each of these games could be our game of the week. I mean,
yeah, it's
they're all great.
It's going to be a bloodbath, like I said earlier. It's going to be tough. So we'll be back right after this and get into that DEL schedule. Tired of payroll headaches? iPay Solutions is your local payroll and HR partner right here in the Coachella Valley. From direct deposits to compliance, we handle the details so you can focus on growing your business. iPay Solutions, local, reliable, and built for your success. Welcome back, everyone, to Desert Valley Blitz. We're in week 7 preview time, and this is an exciting time, man, because DEL is starting this week.
I feel like we've been waiting all year for this.
Yeah, we've been talking about this since week 1. DEL, man, is shaping up to be a real competitive league. I don't know who's going to win.
I don't know. I don't either. But we're going to find out after this week. We're going to kind of get a lay of the land, kind of what's going on. And
see where people are at, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it would be a good little thing. I know you haven't seen this, Coach, but as every league has a max prep indicator of who's a favorite in the league. I was going to read you off the favorites as you don't know.
All right, I haven't
get your
seen
reaction to it.
All right, let's see.
So according to Max Preps in the DEL, the favorite to win is your La Quinta Blackhawks at 4-1.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I mean, they're a good team. They played some good competition. I know they just lost, but Central's good, man, and they went toe-to-toe with them, so I'm not too surprised. I still, would expect Palm Springs to be in that spot, but
yeah.
Well,
that's kind of where I would put Palm Springs, just because they've won every game. Mm-hmm. Like, you can only beat who's on your schedule,
and
right?
And good competition too,
right? And it's not like they've played a bunch of nobodies, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll kind of touch on that a little bit, but. Speaking of that, so the second team predicted to finish second is Palm Springs Indians. So
all right,
LQ Palm Springs right there.
That's neck and neck, though. They're right next to each other strength wise, and the good thing is we get to find out this week. So.
The schedulers did them no favors, but did us all favors, because man, we're getting right into that. So Palm Springs Indians are picked to finish second in the league. Here's my surprise. Number 3, Palm Desert Aztecs.
Yeah,
that's kind of surprising to me. Just
they're a good squad, man.
They played some pretty tough competition. I think that's probably why they get the edge,
especially with that offense showing up the last couple of weeks. Man, it's kind of scary.
It's all about scheduling, but this algorithm that does these things. These are the things that do playoff seedings. So we got to really take them into consideration. But at 3-2, Palm Desert is picked to finish third in the DEL. So that brings us to number 4, Rancho Mirage.
That's what I'd guess.
Yeah.
I actually think they're better than that. I wouldn't be surprised if they're, 2 or 3, but, they have lost a couple games, so I can see where they're going with that.
Yeah. I think they're kind of getting punished for those 2 losses, especially that first one, because that first one wasn't close. But, the algorithm doesn't see what we see sometimes. So number 4, the prediction is Rancho Mirage. That brings us to number 5. Xavier Prep at 4-1 is picked to finish 5th in the league, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty shocking, right?
I would think they'd be a little higher, but I mean, it's tough. I feel like they're all close. I can see where they're going with that, but man, someone's got to be in 4th.
4-1. I mean, the only loss is to Serrano. That's a tough CIF championship type of program.
Yeah, it must be the strength of schedule. It's the only thing I can think of, because they've 4-1's 4-1. I mean,
it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. They haven't played lower teams. They've been playing some pretty good teams. So, but the algorithm says 5th. So that's what we'll kind of start with.
I actually thought they were gonna, before the season started, I picked them to win. Just based off who they got coming back, and they still could do it. I mean, this is just a computer algorithm.
Exactly.
They could blow Palm Desert out this week. So.
Exactly. And then lastly, pick to finish 6th, Shadow Hills at 3-2. So the worst team in your whole league is 3-2 and played some pretty good teams and lost their last one in overtime, easily be 4-1. So that's what we're dealing with this year in the DEL. It's pretty outstanding league this year, I would say.
They could all beat each other. I think if I was to predict anything, I would actually think it's going to be like a shared championship type scenario.
Like last year. Didn't we have three-way tie last year?
Yeah, it's like 3-2s. It's just they're all really competitive. I feel like there's no like really standout team like back in the day. Palm Desert was just like really good, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a repeat of last year, but
easily
we're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna if somebody's gonna separate themselves, but it's not gonna be easy task. And the schedulers didn't do the teams any favors either because we're starting off with some bangers. Starting hot. But yeah, those are the rankings from Max Preps. So don't send us the hate mail. Send the algorithm the hate mail. We just want to let you guys know what people are what the algorithm says at this point. Our opinions are not the same as those. So, like I said, though, breaking down, we're going into week 7 here. Man, this DEL schedule. We'll start with game of the week this week, right, Coach? I mean,
they all could be game of the week. They all could be, right? I wish I can watch all of them at the same time.
Right.
You got to go 1-2, right? Palm Springs, La Quinta, just based off the ranking and kind of
record.
Because that's not the only ranking. I've seen Palm Springs one in the Desert Sun and other papers out there. And,
it's all guessing game at this point, right? Until they start actually playing.
Yeah. So I'd have to go La Quinta, Palm Springs.
Yeah, game of the week, definitely Palm Springs at La Quinta.
We'll be at that game.
Yeah, we will be there covering that game. It's gonna be
sidelines. Come say hi.
It's gonna be awesome. We're really blessed to have such a great game this point of the season. That's gonna be a playoff type atmosphere. I mean, both teams know that this could be the deciding factor in whether you win the league or not. So both teams will be ready. I think coaches are not going to be holding anything back.
This is the time.
This is the time to let everything go. And if you got it, put it in and
empty the playbook.
That's right. That's right. So Palm Springs at La Quinta. I mean, what a matchup first week.
Beautiful game.
Undefeated and 4-1. That Palm Springs offense comes in red hot. I don't know how that. So with the whole taking the bye early and taking the bye late theory is going to be put to a test.
Yeah, because La Quinta's coming off a loss. I'm sure they're a little banged up. They just played a really tough game, and Palm Springs coming off
a bye week.
So, but at the same time, they're fresh, but mentally, are they? Sometimes the kids don't show up after a bye week. It's I've seen teams just kind of lay a goose egg after a bye week and take them a week to get back into things.
So we're gonna test that theory right now. I mean, the thing that would concern me with Palm Springs is just their offense was so efficient and such clicking at a high level, and then you take a week as an offensive coach, you don't want to stop playing, because offense is so nuanced, so there's so much rhythm involved,
so many
in that.
moving parts,
and if you take a whole week off and not get any game reps. But I think they're so talented that I think they'll be able to bust the rust off.
Got a great quarterback. That
I don't
really
think
helps.
Bishop Miller's going to let them lag. I think he's going to be busting their butt in practice all week. But that would be my only concern with Palm Springs because their offense is so potent. It's just the rhythm and the timing of everything. So we'll see. That theory is going to get tested, and maybe we find out some answers on that theory. But that's the game of the week. I think that's going to be a barn burner. I think that's a coin toss game.
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I'm going for La Quinta, of course, but it's going to be a tough game. They got to earn it. So
yeah, Palm Springs is coming in hot, man. They've proven that they're the best. They've been the best team from week 1 on. In my opinion, they played the hardest schedule.
I think they want to come in and show that they're one.
Yeah, and that'll be it'll be a statement game. So we're really looking forward to it. We're the whole Desert Valley Blitz crew is going to be there just to get some footage for you guys and get some instant reactions. So we're excited, man. We're excited.
Content.
Yeah, more content for everybody. So that one, man, what a way to start. But then and then we go to the second game on the DEL schedule, Palm Desert at Xavier, the Cook Street. Cook Street rival, man. They got us prepare for another rivalry game.
I couldn't tell you who's going to win, man. Both squads are very good in their own right. Palm Desert's defense has been known to be stout, but they kind of let some points score the last couple times. Xavier can put some points on the board. Xavier's defense, I think, is always really strong. I'm a big fan of the defense they run and how they coach it. And it's almost, I feel like, what quarterback's going to play better?
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to quarterbacks.
AJ Rivera versus King Palom. And then I think it plays into both the team's strengths. Offensively, Xavier's real potent with those top guys, and defensively, Palm Desert's been stout. That's the unit that's going to carry them to a championship if they're going to win it. So hey, it's gonna be a great matchup. That's another game that just everybody wants to see. I wish I could be at both. And
I know, me too, man.
Two places.
I'm gonna be.
I wish one of these was on Saturday so we could go to one.
I'm gonna be on Twitter looking at updates and trying to find out. It's gonna be fun.
But they are both coming off bye weeks, so they should be relatively healthy. So
hopefully they got Acosta back, right? Anderson Acosta. Hopefully, I know he was injured.
Yeah, he was banged up, but I think they were holding him back for this particular game. So hopefully
smart move.
Hopefully
right
we see Acosta out there. He's a big time threat, and he's a big time clog of what they do at Xavier. So
very talented.
Yeah. So it's going to come down to a couple plays here and there. Right? I think this game's a toss up, but it's going to be who wants it more. Game of
Can't wait, Coach. I love this stuff.
I can see a lot of these games going to overtime. Because they're so evenly matched. But we'll see. That's why they play the games. That's why kids are preparing this week. Coaches are preparing this week. It's going to be a show for us fans. We're going to get some shows, man. So enjoy this time of year.
Yeah.
And then lastly, this is the third game, and it's
just as good,
man. Shadow Hills at 3-2 goes to Rancho at 3-2 as well. Shadow Hills known for their defense, but they've got offensive weapons everywhere.
Their offense is putting points up. They scored 50 in one game this year.
Yeah. Against a good team on the road. Shadow Hills' offense is humming. Rancho Mirage is super talented.
Always
super talented. Coach Matthews will coach them up.
He'll have them ready to go.
Yeah. So this is another one, man. It's another kind of coin flip game. I think Rancho, they have some guys that is going to give Shadow Hills some trouble.
Yeah.
Like Jeremiah Johnson, he's going to give them. If Noah Hook's back, they're going to have. That quarterback Julian Hernandez is playing pretty well.
So good.
He's got total command of the offense. So they're gonna give the Shadow Hills defense a problem, but at the same time, I think Shadow Hills is gonna give Rancho defense some problems too, because Shadow Hills got some playmakers as well.
And that offense is tough, man. You think you got everything covered, and then one receiver just stops right in the hole, and there it is. It's first down, and you're like, geez. Yeah. So I can totally see them moving the ball against Rancho Mirage.
I think that's another high-scoring game.
I think so too. A lot of points.
Whatever defense kind of shows up a little bit might give you an edge on that one.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm telling you, these games this week are going to be, and I know all the coaches are going to have them ready. We have the luxury of having some real great coaches in the DEL.
They've been working all year for this moment. Here's the week, guys. All teams. This is it right here. Make that push.
Yeah, and as you and me know, like these are the weeks that kind of can make or break your season in terms of morale and just,
absolutely.
You get into a big game and it just doesn't go your way. There's a lot of different factors psychologically that go into these games.
And how you handle that, and that comes down to the leaders on the team, man. Is the players. Sometimes certain teams handle certain moments different than each other, and like you said, this is when we find out, man. This is league. They've been talking online, I bet, and here we are. We get to show it. So
in the days of social media, all these kids know each other. They all know each other's stats.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's time to go, and you're playing within your valley. So these kids have been playing against each other since their youth days. So they know each other very well. Coaches know each other very well. They all have their the folders that they bust out week to week from last year, what they did last year and what succeeded and whatnot. So it's going to be great, man. Yeah. It's going to be great. This is what, as a coach and as a player, this is why you work all year.
Yeah,
is when you get to these type of games.
Now it's time to shine.
This is when you wake up at 6 a.m. to go lift weights, and you don't want to get up.
Sun's not even out yet.
You don't want to go to conditioning. This is why you do it for this week's games right here. These type of games that make or break your legend as a player and a coach, man.
Yeah, and they go by fast, man. You only get 10 of them at your senior year, and this is it, man.
Yeah.
The moment's here. Let's go.
So we're excited. As you can tell, we're excited. We're football nerds. This kind of stuff is real important to us.
I love it.
And I think let's go out there and support our teams, guys, this week. If you're going to go check out a game, go check your team out and root them on, man. We got to get out there and
watch
support
them
our
live,
kids.
man. It's fun. Get out there.
Pay the $10 and go sit out there and
get some soda, some candy.
Yeah, and cheer on your teams, man. That's much needed. Community support is real important to these kids and the coaches. And hey, it's all love, man. We're rooting for everybody. The season will work itself out how it's supposed to work itself out, and we're excited to kind of go on that journey with you. So. All right, Coach. I'm excited, man. Friday night can't come soon enough for us, huh?
I cannot wait, man.
This is what we've been talking about all year. We're excited.
It's here.
It's here, man. So if you liked that episode and found some value, you guys know the routine, man. Like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you next time on Desert Valley Blitz.
Thank you.